in the final centuries of Byzantium, when empires trembled and the church faced storms from within and without, a child was born in Constantinople. His name was Gregory Palamas. He was born in the year 1096 into a world of imperial splendor, theological depth, and coming danger. Gregory's father served as a dignitary at the court of Emperor Andronicus II Palaeologos, but his father died while Gregory was still young, leaving the boy fatherless. The emperor himself took part in the raising and education of the gifted child. Gregory mastered the learning of his age with remarkable diligence. The emperor hoped this brilliant youth would serve the state, but Gregory sought another kingdom. Barely 20 years old, he left worldly honors behind and withdrew to Mount Athos. Around the year 1116, or according to some sources 1018, Gregory entered the monastery of Vatopedi as a novice. There, he came under the guidance of the holy elder Nicodemus of Vatopedi. Gregory was tonsured and began the path of ascetic struggle. A year later, the holy evangelist John the Theologian appeared to him in a vision and promised him spiritual protection. Gregory's mother and sisters also renounced worldly life and became monastics. After the death of Elder Nicodemus, Gregory continued his spiritual formation under Elder Nikephoros. For 8 years, he learned obedience, silence, prayer, and watchfulness. After Nikephoros died, Gregory moved to the great Lavra of St. Athanasius. There, he served humbly in the Trapeza, the monastic dining hall. He later became a church singer, offering his voice in worship. But his heart longed for deeper solitude. After 3 years, he moved to the small skeet of Glossia, seeking greater spiritual perfection. There he was taught the discipline of unceasing prayer and inner attention. This tradition had been cultivated since the great desert ascetics of the 4th century. It was later deepened by saints, such as Simeon the New Theologian, and practiced by the ascetics of Athos. This way of prayer became known as hesychasm, from the Greek word hesychia, meaning stillness, silence, and calm. It was not empty quiet, but the stillness of the heart, turned wholly toward God. At Glossia, Gregory became fully formed by the spirit of hesychasm. But the peace of Athos was threatened by Turkish raids. In 1336, Gregory and other brethren retreated to Thessalonica. There, Gregory was ordained to the holy priesthood. Yet even as a priest, he remained a hermit in spirit. 5 days each week he spent in silence and prayer. On Saturdays and Sundays, he came out to serve the people. He celebrated the divine services and preached with such grace that many wept. He also spoke with the educated youth of Thessalonica, including the future patriarch Isidore. After returning from Constantinople, Gregory found a place near Berea suited for solitude. There he gathered a small community of solitary monks and guided them for 5 years. In 133-1, he withdrew again to Mount Athos, living at the skate of St. Sava near the Great Lavra. In 1033, he was appointed abbot of Esphigmenou Monastery, but by 1360, he returned to St. Sava, devoting himself to theological writing. These writings would soon become weapons in a great spiritual and theological battle. Around 1330, a learned monk named Barlaam arrived in Constantinople from Calabria. Barlaam was skilled in logic, astronomy, rhetoric, and philosophy. He gained a university chair in the capital and lectured on the writings of Saint Dionysius the Areopagite. But when Balaam came to Mount Athos and encountered the hesychasts, he rejected their spiritual experience. He claimed that the monks were in error and mocked their teaching on prayer of the heart. He also argued that the light seen at Christ's transfiguration on Mount Tabor was created and material. To the hesychasts, this was not a minor disagreement. It touched the mystery of how man truly participates in God. At first, Gregory answered Balaam with spoken correction. But when words were not enough, Gregory took up the pen. Thus appeared the triads in defense of the holy hesychasts. In these writings, Gregory defended the prayer of the heart and the reality of God's uncreated grace. Around 1400, the Athonite fathers, with Gregory's help, composed the Hagirite Tome against Balaam's accusations. The conflict reached its first great judgment at the Council of Constantinople in 1331. There, in the church of Hagia Sophia, Gregory debated Balaam on the light of Mount Tabor. Gregory confessed that God remains unknowable in his essence. Yet God truly reveals himself through his uncreated energies. This divine light is not material, not created, and not the essence of God itself, but God truly present and active. On May 27th, 1131, the council accepted Gregory's teaching. Balaam's teaching was condemned, and he returned to Calabria. But the struggle did not end. Balaam's disciple, Gregory Akindinos, continued the opposition. Patriarch John XIV Calicos also turned against Palamas. Akindinos accused Gregory and the Athonite monks of disturbing the church. Gregory answered with a detailed refutation of Akindinos' errors. But in 1134, the Patriarch blamed Gregory for the disorders and had him imprisoned. For 4 years, the defender of inner stillness endured captivity. In 1347, Patriarch John XIV was replaced by Isidore, Gregory's former companion in theological study. Gregory was released from prison. He was then made Archbishop of Thessalonica. In 1331, the Council of Blachernae solemnly upheld the orthodoxy of his teaching. The Church affirmed that the saints truly encounter God by grace, without claiming to comprehend his essence. Yet Gregory's own flock in Thessalonica did not immediately receive him. He was forced to live in various places, bearing rejection with patience. On one journey to Constantinople, his ship was captured by the Turks. Even in captivity, Gregory preached to Christian prisoners. He also spoke with his Muslim captors, who were astonished by his wisdom. Some could not endure his words and beat him. They might have killed him had they not expected ransom. After a year, Gregory was ransomed and returned to Thessalonica. In the final 3 years of his life, many miracles were attributed to him. The afflicted found healing through his prayers. On the eve of his repose, St. John Chrysostom appeared to him in a vision and said to him, "To the heights, to the heights." On November 14th, 1135, St. Gregory Palamas fell asleep in the Lord. 9 years later, in 1368, he was canonized at a council in Constantinople. Patriarch Philotheus, who loved and defended his memory, composed his life and services. Gregory Palamas had suffered exile, prison, rejection, and captivity. But through it all, he bore witness to one radiant truth. God is beyond all created understanding, and yet, by grace, he truly gives himself to his saints. This is the faith Saint Gregory defended. The faith of stillness. The faith of prayer. The faith of the uncreated light. Saint Gregory Palamas, Archbishop of Thessalonica, defender of the holy hesychasts, pray unto God for us.